REMATCH is officially out on GeForce Now, and I gotta say it's an amazing title that a lot of people have been excited for. I'm more than happy to report that it runs fantastically on the service, and here's some gameplay running on GeForce Now Ultimate with all the settings cranked up to Ultra at 4K resolution. Now, some things you should know about the game itself, especially if you want to play it today like I am. You need to either pre-purchase the Elite or Pro edition of the game, as that includes 72-hour early access. But if you're willing to wait, you can save some money and then just buy the regular edition, which will be available to stream on GeForce Now on June 19th. So now, let's talk about the game itself and actually playing it on GeForce Now. REMATCH comes from developer Slowclap, best known for Sifu, and you can definitely see some of the DNA within it. That said, it is a very different game, and I also want to point out that it's easily one of the best soccer or football games I've played in a very long time. Unlike most others, it features a third-person camera, you control one player on the field, and it is very skill-based in terms of mechanics. Easily falls under the category of simple to learn, but hard to master. It's easy enough to pass, shoot, and dribble the ball. It's a whole other thing to tackle and actually take control of it, but what really matters here is taking advantage of it so it benefits your team. If you can play with a team and have communication enabled, well, let me just say it's a whole different ballgame. And honestly, that's what really makes this experience stand out among others. Communication is key, and a team that works well together really does showcase it. Now, the other thing you should know about the game is that it really is non-stop action. There are no fouls, no offsides, no pauses. Really, you're just constantly playing throughout. Overall, I gotta say I love the gameplay. It's very reminiscent of the older school FIFA Street style game, but it certainly does enough to stand out and be unique on its own right. Now, the important part, playing it through GeForce Now is phenomenal. And I say that's important because this is exactly the style of game that people would probably advise you to avoid when it comes to cloud gaming. It's super time and input focused, it's very important when it comes to latency, and network status matters. Thankfully, playing it on GeForce Now felt pretty much identical to playing it on my PC locally. And the only knock I can really give the game here isn't even about GeForce Now the service, it's about the game's servers actually acting up every now and then. I would highly advise going into the settings if you pick the game up and setting your preferred region. This helps a lot, but it will increase queue times. I expect it to get better as more people pick up the game though. But yeah, any issues I had with the game were due to the game's servers actually acting up rather than GeForce Now being a cloud-based service. And to me, that really does speak volumes about the quality you can expect. Now, to speak on visuals and actually running the game on GeForce Now, well, it runs fine. Now, I say only fine because I'm a little bit shocked that it doesn't hit 120 FPS consistently at 4K Ultra. That is pretty demanding, don't get me wrong, and while the visuals do look great in my opinion, I just didn't think it would be that demanding of a game to run. And to be extremely clear here, it's very easy to get a consistent 120 FPS on the service if you're willing to lower a few settings or even just crank up DLSS. But for these videos, I do like to have everything on Ultra so people have a good idea of what to expect. And like I said, the game isn't ugly at all. I think the art style is fantastic, and in-game it looks amazing when you score and then the whole stadium changes. I think Slowclap did an amazing job with the aesthetic for this game, and I really can't wait to see some of the future cosmetics that might appear. Overall though, should you check out REMATCH on GeForce Now? Easily, yeah, the game's fantastic, one of the best games I've played in a long time, and I can't wait to dive back in. I genuinely believe it's gonna have some pretty long-lasting legs, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of people pick it up eventually. Best of all, it's easily the type of multiplayer game that I don't mind playing on GeForce Now, and I can totally see myself making that my go-to way of playing it. Knowing I can just pop in on my Shield TV, my PC, my Chromebook, laptop, tablet, or even my phone and just get around in is awesome. Either way, that wraps up this video. If you have any remaining questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I'd love to answer them. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, want more like it, subscribe to not miss out, and as always, this has been Steven from Anytime Anywhere Gaming, wishing you a great day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.